Actor filmmaker Farhan Akhtar and BJP spokesperson GVL Narasimha Rao engaged in a war of words on Twitter. This after Farhan objected to GVL Narasimha Rao, saying on TV that film stars have a very low IQ and very low general knowledge. Farhan tweeted, and I quote, "How dare you, sir?" And to all film people in his ranks, here's what he thinks of you. Shame. Responding to Farhan, Rao then posted on Twitter, "Farhanji, expressing an opinion is not a dare. Respect stars for work. Please do take criticism in stride. No intolerance, please." The entire debate, of course, is over Mersal. It was while speaking on the movie and the BJP's demand that some scenes be chopped from it that GVL Narasimha Rao made those comments. We've got Pia Hingorani now joining us for more on that. Any reaction from the film stars or people with a film background who are in the BJP's ranks?
Well, as of now, it is only Farhan Akhtar who is lashed out, at the politician for his remarks, because the film was, allegedly did, pass comments on, the GST and including the Digital India initiative by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And of course, this did not go down very well with Farhan Akhtar, who did lash out, at the politician and slammed him for saying that, the film fraternity or the film industry, the actors, have very low IQ. As of now, it is only Farhan Akhtar who has come forward to, say this. But we did, of course, try and get in touch with Farhan. We're hoping to get some sort of a response from him. He remained unavailable to comment at the moment. But we're also hoping that maybe, a couple of more film, people from the film fraternity will speak out on this issue.
All right, and of course, at the center of this all is the controversy over Mersal. The BJP wanted certain scenes to be edited, certain dialogues to be edited out because they thought that it was factually incorrect. What does the film fraternity as a whole have to say about this act or this demand, which is being seen as super censorship, at least in Tollywood?
Absolutely. In fact, the film fraternity has come out and lauded the CBFC for passing this film, and they said that there is a freedom of speech, that creativity should not be curbed, and people should not be very sensitive about this at the moment, and just take it as a film and not pass any judgment on the government, or take it in their stride for that matter.
Okay, stay with me, Pia, because we have actor Dilip Tahil with us on the phone line now. Mr. Tahil, what do you have to say about the BJP spokesperson remarking that filmmakers, actors generally have bad GK and a low IQ?
Well, a very good morning to you.
Good morning.
I think it's, obviously the gentleman is entitled to his opinion, but I think to just generalize and to put everybody, whether they're, and everybody into one common bracket is a little baseless and a bit harsh. And I think it's a little condescending. So I don't think that his statement really has any relevance from that point of view.
Also, considering this entire spat happened over the issue of censorship in Mersal and some dialogues which are critical of the government, do you agree with this argument that a critique of the government is not something that is acceptable?
Well, basically, you're speaking to a person who doesn't support censorship at all in terms of when there's freedom of expression and freedom of speech. However, I'm not really sure about the contents of what was said in this film, so I can't comment per se on this particular hen attitude of everybody. We were in 60, 70 years since our independence. And I think all these censorship laws are really archaic. I think they came around because the British wanted to stop subversion, sedition.
And finally, do you think, Mr. Tahil, that on the one hand, actors are criticized for not taking a position on several issues, and when they do take a position, they are then criticized for saying things which they don't necessarily understand, and then they're accused of having low IQ? In a sense, you are between a rock and a hard place.
Absolutely, I agree with you. When you either support freedom of speech and freedom of expression, or you don't. But this is a double speak. It's kind of a a dual language that has been going on for a very long time.
Okay.
Where you first accuse Indian films of being unrealistic and being fantasy-driven and being just catering to the lowest common denomination of entertainment. And then something comes up which has significance to go beyond that. You know, people feel offended and feel that they have to censor it.
Okay, fair enough. As long as a debate happens, a difference of opinion is perfectly legitimate as long as it happens in a civil fashion. Thank you very much, Mr. Tahil, for speaking out. We also have Shaina NC of the BJP. Do you think that filmmakers, actors have low IQ, Shaina NC?
I think it would be generalization to say that anybody has low IQ. I think that everyone is entitled to an opinion. But more importantly, where is this stemming from? I mean, if you're going to comment on a reference to context which is pulled out of context, I think that too would be unfair. So let's all just respect each other's viewpoint. India is a country that has always believed that contrarian views is not something which is uncommon. And if Mr. Farhan Akhtar feels otherwise, he's entitled to his opinion too.
But do you think at least an apology is in order to generalize, like you said, everyone from a fraternity as low IQ simply because they have expressed an opinion that you do not agree with?
I do not know what the reference to context is, so I'm unable to comment. However, I definitely believe that people are entitled to opinions and people are entitled to have contrarian opinions. So let's not be judgmental on everything that everyone says and with what reference has it been said and with what reference has it been replied. That is important to understand.
All right. Shaina NC, thank you very much for speaking to us. So this is a war another one which has taken place over Twitter. Pia Hingorani, my colleague, continues to be on the phone line. What are the other people in the film fraternity saying about this general remark on their IQ?
Well, up until now, of course, it is only Farhan Akhtar who's spoken out about this. He slammed the BJP spokesperson, as we all know, on Twitter. But, it is, heartening to see that he did take a stand and he did not take this lying down because, like the guest just said, everyone has their right to opinion. But this comment was way below the belt. And over a film where, of course, the film fraternities always come out to say that, do not censor a film, certify it, let there be freedom of speech, do not curb a filmmaker's creativity. And mind you, the film is doing really well, especially in the international circuits. Down south, people have, applauded it. They are really taken to the film. So, we don't really understand why there should be so much hue and cry when public, in fact, is in favor of the film.
Interesting, because there is no real attempt to retract the statement or to apologize for it, but Farhan Akhtar has decided to throw down the gauntlet, as it were, and has also reached out to other people who are from a movie background, from a film background, who are now a part of the BJP, and quite a long list of such people. Actually, several members of parliament who are from a film background are now in the BJP's ranks, several leaders. Farhan Akhtar tweeting to them, asking how they feel about this generalized comment about people from a film background. Just to give our viewers a little bit of context to how this entire Twitter spat started, there was a debate, a TV debate on Mersal politics that GVL Narasimha Rao was a part of, and at the time he remarked that filmmakers are of a low IQ, perhaps justifying the demand of the BJP for snipping out certain dialogues from the movie because they find them factually incorrect. Raza Murad, actor, with us on the phone line now. What do you make of the BJP spokesperson's comment?
I think whatever Mr. Narasimha Rao has said is brutally uncalled for. He should check his words before the utterances. And whatever Mr. Farhan Akhtar has replied is very apt. So it's very easy to point finger at film people. And it has become a habit of some people to treat us as punching bags. So whatever he has said, he should take his words back. And he is a man of a very high stature. So he should know what to speak about people. It's very, very easy to criticize anybody and put anybody down. So he belongs to the ruling party, and he should be very, very careful about his utterances, and he should take his words back publicly. I must say that.
All right. So you want him to take his words back and apologize for what you say is an uncalled for comment. Thank you, Raza Murad, for speaking to us.